What's up, YouTube? I'm going to share with you today's video how you can take advantage of this bear market. So watch along, like, comment, and share your thoughts down below. I was talking with Mickey, he's the camera guy on the other side of this camera, about when is this bear market going to end? And I was like, dude, I don't know if it is anytime soon. You just saw the Federal Reserve increase rates, and you'll probably see it again next month. And I don't know if you've seen the movie The Big Short. You know the dude that's kind of like the autistic guy that bet against the housing market and made a whole ton of money? He just bet like $1.6 billion against the stock market. He's shorting the stock market. So I don't know what that tells you, but we're not looking bright for the future. I do know this. According to my meetings with Tony Robbins, he suggested we're only 2/3 of the way through what he calls this winter season. And he says it's going to get really a whole lot worse before it gets a whole lot better. But what does that mean for you? Let me give you an example of a couple ways you could take advantage of this market. What I would have you first consider is identify all of the patterns and ask this question: what is my biggest opportunity over the next 12 months? Here's some of the ways that I've identified opportunity. There are certain businesses right now that pre-COVID were crushing it, and they're owned by the baby boomer generation. And post-COVID, the baby boomers don't want to do the work that was required or is required now because they did it last decade and they're done, they're tired, they're in that phase of their life. So they recognize that they've got to liquidate these businesses, and so they're giving them off for pennies on the dollar, or they realize their family didn't want to take them over, their children didn't want to take them over, whatever the deal is. And so you can typically work out some seller finance opportunities on this business where you can get them at steep discounts. The other type of business that you want to look for right now is what I call the millennial business failure. These are the millennial families with a handful of kids that want to become business owners, but they don't even know how to manage their P&L statements. And so what's happening is they're having some tough times in the economy, and fear is driving their decision making. There are two things that drive an economy: fear and greed. And right now it's fear, mofo. And so what happens is these people make their decisions out of fear. And when you make decisions out of fear, you don't always make the best decisions. But if you know how to identify the opportunity inside of a P&L statement, you can buy businesses from them for peanuts on the dollar. But here's what you have to understand. Here's where your opportunity is really, really big. One, can you understand what the market needs for messaging right now? Because you have to market and generate leads for any business. And as long as you go in and you learn how to do market research, you identify what the ideal customer wants, what are their needs, what do they lack, and what's hooking them right now on content, and you create that, you'll generate leads and opportunity. Now, the second thing is this a product that has a big margin or a residual margin in it so you can sell people? The third thing that you want to look at is how easy is it to fulfill on with these people. I think one of the biggest opportunities in the real estate space today, hopefully you're in the real estate space, that's my ideal target. If you're not, still pay attention because this is the opportunity. It's called, write this down, infopreneurship, or you might have heard it as your personal brand. What that means is you're able to adapt quickly when the market changes, the economy changes, and you'll be able to invent or create and introduce a new product to your marketplace where you can monetize it. So one of the biggest ones in real estate today is through agent attraction. Now, years ago, the only way you could really monetize in real estate was through traditional sales, commercial, or even through some real estate investing. But there was only a handful of companies like Mike Ferry and then eventually Tom Ferry and then some smaller companies that did coaching, training, and mentorship. And what we've seen with that, it was a one-to-one model. But with today's technology, you can explode with a one-to-many model or a done-by-yourself model that's all digital. I have found the digital model doesn't work that well because people actually don't watch it. So they don't really buy more shit from you. But if you can get them between a digital model done by themselves and a done with you, which is live either in person or on Zoom or something like that, then you'll be able to move them further along. But here's the key: one to many. And so as you start to create marketing, and I'll just give you an example. What do real estate people want today? They want consistent income. They want peace and balance. They want certainty in their income. They want to attract agents that they can monetize through their downlines, because that's the other way you can make money right now, through agent attraction. Companies like EXP, LPT, Real Brokerage, more of them are coming on with different versions. I'm with Real Brokerage. I absolutely love that company. It makes me an additional $1 million plus per year in residual revenue because I've learned what agents want and I give it to them. And then so I start to market that message, but the message today is different than the market or the message 6, 8, 12 months ago. And it's going to be different 6, 8, 12 months from now. So if you can continually understand market research and understand how to create an ideal target customer, and you can get the message out to them, doesn't matter, like I'm involved with an Orange Theory Fitness in Southern Utah, and we find what our ideal client is and how do we get in front of them and how do we get introductions into the studio and how do we train our salespeople to convert them so that they sign up. That business alone, we bought from one of these scenarios that I'm telling you about, and we've increased it by nearly 100 members in only 5 or 6 months. That's created a massive value increase, which grows our wealth. And these opportunities are abundant right now. So let me ask you this. Why is it that some people are suffering right now with the changes of the economy and the interest rates and what's going on in this bear market, and others are profiting from it? It's because they're asking questions like, where's the opportunity? They're still investing in themselves to get into proximity with people like me or like Chris Crone, and they're going and learning from these people so that they can improve their skill set as a marketer, as a salesperson, to fulfill on it, to build systems, to persuade and influence many people. I'll give you an example. One of the ways that I help people is we do this 3-day event. And it's like the only one that I know at this level. It's called the World's Greatest Trainers Intensive, because the facts are speakers are boring and trainers, they engage and they can influence and they can persuade, but they can sell to many people products. And so I know you may be that person that wants to speak or train on stage, but how are you going to get good at it? We're going to learn that skill. I have that product to offer, and so we sell that product. What is happening now is you have a set of skills, information that you can sell to the marketplace. Number one is you have to identify who needs it, who wants it, and who lacks it. And number two, you have to be able to take a look at, well, how do I deliver that to them? How do I monetize that information? And here's the clue. For multiple 7-figure infopreneurs in the Asian attraction space, and the biggest opportunity going forward in this economy and the economy going forward is it's called organized information. That's right. It's not just information. Because look, man, you can go through all of my YouTube, all of my Instagram, and you can get everything you need to go make 7 figures. But you got to figure it out yourself. You got to put the puzzle together yourself. Or you could pay me money to come to my intensives, my 3-day events, my virtual events, and I can show you the step-by-step so you get there faster. Which way do more people want? Now, what I found out is people that go the free way, that's the marketing. They come in and it weeds out the losers that aren't willing to invest in themselves, and it weeds in the winners that I want to bet on and they want to bet on me, and we get them to the next step. And that's the power of proximity, and that's your biggest opportunity. So 1, you should be investing in it. 2, you should definitely be creating it and have an avenue to monetize these people on the back end. But what's cool, when you get your target client, like I look for real estate people between $300,000 and $1 million. Sometimes they're a little more, sometimes they're a little less, but I look to monetize them. I mentor them. I do brand deals with them. I do partnership deals with them. I partner with Real Brokerage at them. I monetize them in multiple different ways. And when the market shifted, our messaging shifted, and we're still making more money. I've had a bad year this year. And what I mean by that is I'm up only 50% year over year. I want you to think about that. Why people are down 30, 40, 50% in their income, my business is up 50%. Not to mention the residual income side of it is up 50% as well. What would it do to your life? What would it do to your business? What would it do for your children if you had only $20,000 a month guaranteed residual over and over again each and every month? I can tell you it would dramatically impact your life. It'd create more security with your money. It'd create more freedom with your time. It would create more presence with your spouse and with your children, because you wouldn't have the pressure on you all the time of having to produce, but you will probably have the pressure of wanting to create more because it gets super, super fun. And instead of wanting to get to 7 figures, now you want to get to $10 million a year, which is so achievable in this space. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, like and share, and I'll see you on my next video.